I think we're done with the acronyms. So today we're talking about distress tolerance. Many people cope with stress and crisis by getting into behaviors that provide relief, but at a great cost. Examples of these ineffective behaviors include alcohol and drug use, self-injury, gambling, spending money, and overeating. As an alternative, we can learn and practice distress tolerance skills to manage stress and crisis in ways that help without having after effects that make our lives worse. To start, make 2 lists. List 1 is your ineffective coping behaviors, and list 2 is your healthy coping behaviors. Everyone has at least a few healthy coping behaviors. Your goal is to eliminate the behaviors on the first list while developing behaviors on the second. A few guidelines will greatly improve your use of distress tolerance skills. Practice these skills every day, even when you're not in distress. Fortunately, these skills tend to be enjoyable to do, so it doesn't feel like work. Continue to diversify your skills. Try every skill more than once. You never know what will click for you with practice. Create an organized distress tolerance plan for when crises arise and choose to follow it. The plan will help you stay focused and on track. This plan can be as simple as an index card with your coping behaviors and support people listed. Most of the time, life does not follow our preferences. To be willing, you must practice openness and flexibility. You must be creative, and you must put your ego and self-righteousness aside. Where there is a willingness, there are many ways. Today, practice approaching life and situations with a willing attitude. We often get needlessly upset at everyday inconveniences, hassles, and minor problems. Each of these situations provides an opportunity to practice an attitude of acceptance. The next time you face an unwanted situation, take a deep breath and say to yourself, "This is what life is like." Cultivate acceptance every day and notice the difference it makes in your life. Philosopher and psychologist William James once said, "The first step in overcoming any misfortune is to allow it to be." Acceptance is not saying that what happened is okay, and acceptance is not giving up or giving in. Acceptance is acknowledging reality so you can marshal your psychological and emotional resources to move forward and heal. Learning to accept reality and then using your skills to be as effective as possible is the path forward and the way to end suffering. Spend the next few minutes contemplating the role of acceptance in your life. All choices have upsides and downsides. Get a pen and paper and weigh the pros and cons of one of your harmful behaviors. This exercise uses the thinking part of your brain, allowing you to access your wise mind even when urges are high. You will likely find that doing this pros and cons exercise will guide you towards skillful choices. Sometimes distress checks us out at the moment. If you start feeling unreal or drifting out at the moment, try some of the following grounding skills. Observe and describe who and what is around you now. The more detail, no matter how small, the better. Work your senses. Name what you can see, hear, smell, and touch right now. Breathe slowly and deeply, saying the word "here" to yourself as you breathe in and out the word "now." Get up and move your body mindfully, noticing the connection between your movement and the physical environment. Bridge burning is when you remove the means of acting on a harmful behavior. Without the means, you have more opportunities to be skillful. If you overeat, get unhealthy foods out of your home. If you use drugs or alcohol, get rid of them in your using paraphernalia. And if you self-injure, dispose of the implements of your self-injury. Think of a harmful behavior you want to give up and take bridge burning steps today. Our urges have high and low points, ebbs and flows that we can ride. To ride the wave, you must practice acceptance of the urge. It is not a command, and you are not to act on it. Instead, simply observe and float with it. Start to practice urge surfing with low-level urges. And remember that even world-class surfers stay out of the ocean when a tidal wave is coming in. If an urge is too high, practice other distress tolerance skills.